So, what would OpenAI be without its drama? The company once again recently had a rather shocking announcement as the CTO, Mira Murati, announced her departure in a heartfelt tweet where she explained her reasons for leaving. Now, I think the reason this kind of took everyone by surprise is the fact that over the last year, we've seen many individuals from OpenAI, and not just individuals, I would say, but more those who are in executive and leadership positions leaving OpenAI for what seems to be a variety of different reasons. But anyhow, let's dive into exactly why Mira Murati is leaving OpenAI and her statement that she recently said on Twitter. So she says, "Hi, I have something to share with you. After much reflection, I have made the difficult decision to leave OpenAI. My 6.5 years with the OpenAI team have been an extraordinary privilege. While I'll express my gratitude to many individuals in the coming days, I want to start by thanking Sam Altman and Greg Brockman for their trust in me to lead the technical organization and for the support they've given me throughout the years. There's never an ideal time to step away from a place one cherishes, yet this moment feels right. Our recent releases of Speech to Speech and OpenAI's O1 mark the beginning of a new era in interaction and intelligence, achievements made possible by your ingenuity and craftsmanship. We didn't merely build smarter models, we fundamentally changed how AI systems learn and reason through complex problems. We brought safety research from the theoretical realm into the practical application, creating models that are more robust and steerable than ever before." She then says that our work has made cutting-edge AI research intuitive, accessible, and developing technology that adapts and evolves based on everyone's input. This success is a testament to our outstanding teamwork, and it is because of your brilliance, your dedication, and your commitment that OpenAI stands at the pinnacle of AI innovation. And then this is where she gets into exactly why she's stepping away. She says, "I'm stepping away because I want to create the time and the space to do my own exploration. For now, my primary focus is doing everything in my power to ensure a smooth transition, maintaining the momentum we've built." It says, "I will be forever grateful for the opportunity to build and work alongside this remarkable team. Together, we've pushed the boundaries of scientific understanding in our quest to improve human well-being. While I may no longer be in the trenches with you, I will still be rooting for you all. With deep gratitude for the friendships forged, the triumphs achieved, and most importantly, the challenges overcome together, Mira." So there we have it, guys. The full message from Mira Murati, the current, or should I say, former CTO of OpenAI. And I mean, the thing with OpenAI is that they often give rather vague statements. It does say here that I'm stepping away because I want the time and space to do my own exploration. It doesn't really say that I'm stepping away to start my own company, although that's what it could mean. Honestly, I think it's probably deliberately vague, and it doesn't seem like this is something that people foresaw because of something I did see in a Bloomberg article. So I'm not sure if this is OpenAI drama. At first, I didn't really think it was, and I don't really think it is, considering how much drama OpenAI has gone through. I think that if there was some drama, there would be a little bit more information. But I do think that this would rather, surprising, considering the fact that if we actually take a look at this is a screenshot from a Bloomberg article. I'll leave the tweet down in the description. But you can see right here that the Bloomberg article that discusses this says that on Wednesday, many employees were shocked by the announcement of Murati's departure. On the company's internal Slack, so this is where they, have the messages for everyone to talk about OpenAI, the internal team. They said multiple OpenAI employees responded to the news with a WTF, which is basically what the flip emoji, if you're a bit more tame in your language. But yeah, so I think, employees responding to a what the flip, I think that goes to show that this is probably something that was rather abrupt. Maybe that's just my guess, considering the fact that we didn't know about this at all. And I think it's just rather, surprising, considering that there weren't any signs of Mira Murati leaving, And I think one of the biggest questions you do have to consistently ask yourself is that, like, I think it's one of two things, okay? It's either one of them is that OpenAI is a company that's like, a house of cards that's going to fall at any time, like a Theranos type company, although I think that's a bit far stretched. And the reason I say that is because, in the next few slides, I'm going to show you like all of the, people that have left OpenAI that were integral to its success. Or we can say that, OpenAI has pretty much probably achieved their goal of AGI, and they probably have achieved their goal of the roadmap in terms of not needing as many people to keep the mission going, because of course if you develop AGI, you don't really need as many people to manage the AGI as before, as you can duplicate that and use that to actually improve the AGI. But I think it might be a case of maybe she's moving on to be the CTO of another company, or maybe perhaps even start her own thing, because that's actually something that we have seen with Googlers. We've seen them leave Google DeepMind to actually start their own successful companies, although there were some articles that said it is a lot harder that we think. So I mean, this is just something that definitely took the OpenAI employees by surprise. Obviously the higher ups would have known that this is happening, but I mean, this is why I say that, like, is OpenAI a house of cards? And of course, the products they're developing are absolutely outstanding. They're still at the forefront of AI. They're, arguably, 2 years ahead of where everyone else is. But, it does become a little bit questionable if we look at all of these individuals that have recently left OpenAI. Ilya Sutskever, the co-founder and chief scientist, he left for philosophical differences regarding the company's direction, potential burnout. We've got John Schulman, if I'm not mistaken, someone that worked on the original version of ChatGPT. And then, of course, he left for his desire to focus on AI alignment and to pursue, more hands-on work at rival Anthropic/Claude. Then, of course, we have Jan Like, which was the co-lead of arguably one of the most important teams, which had disagreements over leadership priorities, the desire to focus on safety, and of course, the societal impact. We had Leopold Aschenbrenner, another member of the super alignment team. So we had, him, Jan Like, and Ilya Sutskever that were all part of the, super alignment team. And he was dismissed from OpenAI for allegedly leaking company secrets. But if you ever watched his interview, I wouldn't say he leaked company secrets. I think, I don't know. I think it's a little bit, there's a little bit more to it than what they're stating. So of course, we also had Logan Kilpatrick, who is now, at Google, AI Studio. He's working over there at Google AI. And of course, we had Daniel Kokotalju, a researcher, basically saying that they're not going to, behave responsibly. Of course, we did have Andrej Karpathy, who used to work at OpenAI. And we recently, interestingly enough, we had Greg Brockman go on a sabbatical. And the reason I think that, like, in the recent video where I spoke about this is because I spoke about how Greg Brockman said that he was going on a sabbatical. I'm not trying to spread any information. That's all. That's exactly what he said. A sabbatical is basically where you take time off your company, then you come back. But I also said that this is exactly what Andrej Karpathy also said, earlier at Tesla. He said, he was going on a sabbatical at Tesla. And when he came back, he just didn't go back to Tesla. He went to a different company. I think it was actually OpenAI or Google. I'm not entirely sure. But the point is that sabbatical is still quite uncertain. Like, if your co-founder, like if your co-CEO, the chairman, goes on a 6-month sabbatical, your CTO quits, all of these people are quitting. I mean, the thing is, it's entirely up to speculation. We, of course, have no idea what's going on at OpenAI. She didn't give a concrete reason, so we really don't know exactly what's going on. But I will say this, it is probably one of the most fascinating times to be in AI, because it seems that the drama is never ending. And now, of course, the CTO is gone, which marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notable OpenAI employees that have recently left from the company. And sometimes I'm thinking to myself that if this company is going to achieve so much, why on earth are people leaving? But I guess in Leopold Aschenbrenner's case, unfortunately he got fired, but that's an entire other video. But I think overall, what we do have here is a developing story. So I'm sure that there, might be some more news coming out in the future, because when Ilya Sutskever was, like, people didn't know what was going on at OpenAI, we then saw him transition to, Safe Superintelligence, where basically we saw that whatever he saw with QStar, that, these models can get to superintelligence. So I'm guessing that over the next part of the year, we've got a few months left till we wrap up the year. We'll see if Greg Brockman comes back, and we'll also see where Mira Murati decides to, pursue her career. It will be rather fascinating to see what goes on. Now, this wasn't the only notable story, because interestingly enough, at that time, this wasn't the only notable story, because interestingly enough, at that time, what we did see something rather crazy. We did actually see the fact that OpenAI, to remove non-profit control and give Sam Altman equity, sources say. So this is like insane, okay? And you might be thinking, why is this insane at all? Well, if you weren't paying attention exactly to what Sam Altman said last year, this article wouldn't be as crazy as it is for those of you that know exactly what was said. And I'm going to play to you guys what Sam Altman said last year, which is why some people think that this is rather strange considering what he said. Okay, so let me just show you exactly what he said. Someone else made this clip on Twitter. I'm just sharing it with you guys for educational purposes. But Sam Altman, removing the non-profit control from OpenAI and giving Sam Altman equity is just incredible. Take a look at this.
You make a lot of money, do you?
No. I paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You need a lawyer.
I need a what?
You need a lawyer or an agent.
I'm doing this because I love it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Kennedy.
So the reason, if you guys didn't just catch on to what I showed you guys there, was that Sam Altman was basically saying, look, I don't get paid in any equity, I don't have any, I guess you could say equity in OpenAI. So it's not like I'm benefiting from this at all. I just do this because I love it. And then it's like, okay, OpenAI, boom, now changing their structure. And as a part of this restructuring, Sam Altman, his equity could be worth, 150 billion. Like his equity could be worth 150 billion, which is insane. I just want to reiterate, Sam Altman won't receive $150 billion. The company is going to be worth $150 billion after the restructuring, which would give Sam Altman a significant fortune. However, I do want to state that whilst, yes, that's going to be a lot of money, Sam Altman is worth about $2 billion. And that $2 billion, it doesn't even include OpenAI. So, I mean, this guy is already very, very, very rich. So it's one of those things where I'm guessing that, this is just, I mean, it's kind of like on the surface, it does seem like, okay, this guy like is somewhat planning to restructure the company and then cash out his equity. I mean, I completely understand why it seems shady. But then again, this guy is worth $2 billion. So I'm not sure that money is, his real motivator there. I mean, some people would argue that it's power or control or, whatever it may be. But definitely, I don't think it's money. But the craziest thing about all of this, okay, is that, whilst, yes, OpenAI is now moving to, this area where it's going to be for profit, there was also this news that was literally just posted where someone else literally just left OpenAI. So it feels like, once again, another crazy season. So we had this. We had Barrett Zoth, okay, someone that did the, the VP of research post-training at OpenAI, literally just said, hey, everybody, I've decided to leave OpenAI. This was a very difficult decision as I have such an incredible time at OpenAI. I got to join right before ChatGPT and help build out the post-training team from scratch with John Schulman and others. I feel grateful to have gotten the opportunity to run the post-training team and to help scale ChatGPT to where it is today. Right now feels like a natural point for me to explore new opportunities outside of OpenAI. This is a personal decision based on how I want to evolve the next phase of my career. I'm grateful for all the opportunities OpenAI has given me and all the support I have gotten from OpenAI leadership, such as Sam and Greg. I am particularly grateful for everything Bob has done, being an excellent manager. And he says that OpenAI will continue to do incredible work. And I'm very optimistic about the future trajectory of the company and will be rooting for everybody on. You can also see here that Noam Brown, the person working on reasoning at OpenAI, says you've built an amazing team and done incredible work here. We will miss you. And this is rather fascinating because once again, I'm thinking that like if this company is going to be so successful, like they've just figured out reasoners, they're on the brink of AGI, why would anyone want to leave? I truly can't fathom that. Of course, you do have the idea that maybe some individuals are thinking that these guys have so much equity and so much money. It's kind of like the Nvidia situation where, they can, kind of sell their equity and they don't really need it anymore. So that they've got like millions and millions of dollars so they can really, just chill on the beach somewhere as AGI, eats up the economy, I guess you could say. That is one kind of, opinion that's like the kind of giant elephant in the room. Or they could be the thing that, OpenAI isn't as strong as we think it is. Now, we also just got Sam Altman's response here, which was also rather fascinating too, okay? So this is a crazy thing, okay? Like this shows us as well, and this is why I say I truly don't understand what is going on at OpenAI, because this is what Sam Altman literally just tweeted. I think he just tweeted this probably 26 minutes ago, actually. 15 minutes ago. He said, while I was editing this video, he said that Mira has been instrumental to OpenAI progress for the last 6.5 years. He's been hugely, significant factor in our development. And the crazy thing here is that he said, when Mira informed me this morning that she was leaving, I was saddened but of course supported her decision. For the past year, she's been building out a strong bench of leaders that will continue our progress. So it's crazy because he literally says that when she informed me this morning. I mean, when does the CTO of a company tell you in the morning that they're leaving? I mean, I'm not sure if that is standard procedure. And you can see here that it says, I also want to share that Bob and Barrett have also decided to depart OpenAI. Mira, Bob, and Barrett made these decisions independently of each other and amicably. But the timing of Mira's decision was such that it made sense to now do this all at once so that we can work together for a smooth handover to the next generation of leadership. I am extremely grateful to all of them for their contribution. I'm extremely grateful to all of them for their contributions. Being a leader at OpenAI is consuming. On one hand, it's a privilege to build AGI and be the fastest growing company that gets to put our advanced research into the hands of hundreds of millions of people. And on the other hand, it's relentless to lead a team through it, and they have gone above and beyond the call of duty for the company. Here is where we talk about the new structure. It says that Mark is going to be our new SVP of research and will now lead the research org in partnership with Jacob as chief scientist. This has been our long-term succession plan for Bob someday, although it's happening sooner than we thought. I couldn't be more excited that Mark is stepping into the role. Mark obviously has deep technical expertise, but he has also learned how to be a leader and manager in a very impressive way over the past few years. So overall, we have Josh Achim being the new role as head of alignment, working to ensure that the company, works together. This is head of mission alignment, not actual OpenAI alignment, as in the model alignment. We've got Kevin and Srinivas continuing to lead the applied team. Matt Knight is going to be the CIO. Matt Knight is going to be the Chief Information Security Officer, having served in this capacity already. And then we've got Mark, Jacob, and Kevin and Srinivas and Matt and Josh reporting to Sam Altman. And Sam Altman, interestingly enough, here says that, I have over the past year or so spent most of my time on the non-technical parts of our organization. And I'm now looking forward to spending most of my time on the technical product parts of the company. That's going to be kind of interesting to see how Sam Altman, involves himself with certain decisions. Kind of sounds like founder mode, if you ask me. Now, it says here that leadership changes are a natural part of companies, especially companies that grow so quickly and are so demanding. I obviously won't pretend that it's natural for this to be, all so abrupt, but we are not a normal company. And I think the reasons Mira explained to me, there is never a good time, and anything not abrupt would have leaked. And she wanted to do this while OpenAI was in an upswing, makes sense. And we can both talk about this more tomorrow during the all hands meeting. So, it's rather fascinating that OpenAI, I guess it does make sense if, Mira Murati was leaving. Of course, there would have been leaks from the information, from Bloomberg, from Reuters. It's quite hard to keep that information under wraps. So I'm guessing her doing it while this stuff is deploying and other people are leaving, it does make sense. So I kind of find it fascinating that we have a scenario where Ilya Sutskever is gone, Greg Brockman is noticeably gone and, arguably will come back at the end of the year, but there's no guarantee. And now Mira Murati is currently gone, leaving at the moment just Sam Altman at the reins of the company. This has definitely been one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen. I honestly, I'm kind of speechless by this because I didn't expect, I expected Ilya Sutskever to probably not be at OpenAI, but Greg Brockman going on a sabbatical was honestly rather surprising. Then Mira Murati, that was like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? So, what's next? Is like Sam Altman going to leave? I don't think that'll ever happen. But the real question is that I keep asking myself, why are people jumping ship just about as this company's about to achieve something great? I recently saw a tweet that literally said, why would key people leave an organization right before just it was about to, develop AGI? This is kind of like NASA quitting months before the moon landing. Wouldn't you want to stick around and be a part of it? That is, a really, really good question. It's not one, it's not two. It's like, 75% of the leadership team left. There's a variety of reasons, but this really just doesn't make sense to me. Of course, there's financial reasons, I guess you could say, but you might as well stick around to secure your place in history. Like this individual says here, someone says, of course, they have enough equity and prefer to spend their time on other stuff as they know what's coming with regards to the, entire shakeup of society. But, of course, it doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense that you would stay there a bit longer to secure your place in history when it happens. And that entirely makes sense. So I don't know, maybe they think the company's going to implode and they want to, move from now. Honestly, it's anyone's best guess, but my best guess is that something probably isn't just right at OpenAI, because it's just, if things aren't adding up, then there's clearly a missing part of the equation. Over time, I guess we will find out exactly what that is. But for now, just like the Q-Star situation, it's mere speculation. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts and theories. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's amazing video.